everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to another segment of SOS series. And if you are new to the channel, what is SOS? It is sampling of supplies. And so we use the acronym SOS because that is a distress signal. And I tell you, when these new collections keep coming out by these manufacturers, our wallet truly does send out an SOS signal because you can't afford it all and you want it all. And so that is what SOS series is about. And we did a segment of this in the spring. I have that playlist linked below. And this is the way I've been shopping for several years because I am a longtime scrapbooker. I want the new stuff. I can't afford all the new stuff, but I do want a sampling of it. And so that is what this is. And so I'm going to talk about the budget that I had for this round, and it's amazing just from spring to fall how prices have went up in this hobby. Ugh, sad. Now I had to start this over because I went into a little bit of a tangent. So I'll wait to the next segment and talk about where you shop is just as important as to what you shop. So someone don't let me forget to talk about that. So right now I want to thank Lindsay March. She is the sponsor of this SOS series because you know yours truly is on a spending freeze. And so if I get new product, it's because someone blessed me, someone gifted me, or someone honored me with a gift card. And so that is exactly what happened for this. In the spring, it was Kathleen that sponsored that, and here we have Lindsay, and she will also be doing the one in the spring because she gifted such a generous gift card from a cherry on top. So thank you, Lindsay. Very, very kind of you. Yes. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about different collections. We're going to be talking about 26 different collections. It's just going to be one video this time because in the spring we show different kits, and I showed the concept of how I shop and how I incorporate that with what I already own. In this round, when you get fall releases, it's a little different because it's basically themed scrapbooking. You have fall, outdoor, Christmas, winter, some a little bit of school. So you don't really make kits, you just have that as a theme, and so that's why this video is a little different. Okay, so let's get started and let's start talking about sampling of supplies, how you can do it on a budget. My budget going into this round was $50, and so I did stay around that $50 in considering shipping. Now I did have some cherry rewards that I was gifted by my subscribers, and I will show you in another video what I got with those rewards that came with this order. So that was extra special too. So the one thing I want to talk about is when you're doing a sampling of supplies, you really must know your style and you really must know what you like. So for me, I love paper. So, you know, I can get a lot of supplies for that budget of $50 when I'm talking about paper and stickers, okay? But if you are the type of scrapbooker you want embellishments, then do the same thing that I'm doing. Look at different collections. Look at that one stellar embellishment. Your budget may have to be a little bit higher than $50 because you really don't get embellishments for 99 cents. But I do want to talk about that because this is definitely about paper, okay? And so I do want to say that if you are not interested in manufacturers and collections and paper and pricing and budgets and saving money, this video might not be, might not be something you enjoy, but I love this type of video. So on the top here, I have a pack of embellishments, and this really is the only pack of embellishments I got other than paper and stickers, because for me, that is what I enjoy. That's the most bang I can get for my buck, and I can pair it with everything else I already own. And so we talked about that in the first series. But there is one embellishment I really do think is the best value, and we've been playing with this in our Kit Crunch, and it is Pink Fresh Enamel Dots. So with Pink Fresh, this came from the collection, Just a Little Lovely. This color scheme, let me get a piece of white paper. This color scheme is so lovely. So I was drawn to the color scheme. So it wasn't the collection I bought. I did not buy the Pink Fresh Just a Little Lovely collection. And I will have these collections listed below. You can just hit on the link and you will see the entire collection. But the color scheme was just, look at that. So I wanted the color scheme. And I thought, well, how can I do that? And I thought, well, I could use these enamel dots. And so I feel that the Pink Fresh Enamel Dots is the best value on the market because you get 84 for $3.99, which is less than the norm, which is $4.99. And most places, Simple Stories, Echo Park, they have 60 enamel dots in the pack. This Pink Fresh has 84. Excuse me, I might have to get a drink. Already talking too fast. I get too excited when it comes about paper. So this is the one embellishment I would say if you know, sometimes you have a few extra dollars, you need to get that threshold of free shipping and things like that. Pink Fresh Enamel Dots needs to make it on your list. I love that color scheme from this collection. Just a little lovely. So there's a collection, and my sampling of collection was the color scheme, because I'm going to take this enamel dot and I'm going to use this color scheme and I'm going to build my own kit from it. That's my plan. Plus, for enamel dots, $3.99, definitely a good deal. So I hope Pink Fresh keeps doing that. Yes, and I wish other manufacturers would get on the bandwagon and give us a little more than $60 for that $5. That's a little pricey. Yes. Okay, so now let's go to the next thing, because basically it's paper and stickers. And if that's not something you're interested in, like I said, you may want to skip, but who doesn't love paper? Who doesn't love new collections? Who doesn't like story ideas? So the first group we're going to talk about is School and Kids. And so, of course, for the fall release, this was the first group of papers and collections that came out first. And so the first one is Authentique Scholastic. And what I find amazing, and this is why I'm saying, and we'll talk more about this in the next segment, where you shop is almost important as to what you shop. Because in 2020, I may be doing this a little different. But this line, Scholastic, was found in Tuesday morning before I even got this. Now that is very unusual. It never ever used to be that way. When a manufacturer rolled out a new collection, you had to go online and you had to get it from an online store. Now the Tuesday morning is getting something like this very collection, before I even got it in a pre-order. That's crazy. I just find that crazy. It's good, but you know, yeah, moving on. So of this collection, Scholastic, the only one I got was this one, and it's number 8, and this is the B-side, so it's definitely cut apart. But the reason I got this was because, you know, it's school, so you just add it with anything that's primary in school. It doesn't have to be part of a collection to enjoy it. But the reason I got it was because of these different little cut aparts sparked different stories. And so this is a story starter, and that's why I thought this was really worth 99 cents, especially with the crayons, the school bus, the recess, See and Say. Remember those SRA series, See Spot, See Dick, See Jane. Just, it was really, and then of course first day of school, if you are a good student or a bad student. And it's just really a good story starter. So this is something I wanted to add to my school supplies for me, for my stories. So I thought this was well worth the 99 cents. Okay, so then the next paper that we're going to go into is Fancy Pants Good Old Days. And this collection was really good. I like the color scheme, but the only piece that really stood out to me, here's the B-side, it's just a gingham, but it was because of this ruler. And so this, even though it was in the school collection, you could basically use this for baby, toddler, kids growing. So this serves more than one purpose. So for 99 cents, I could use this on a couple different topics. So I thought that was well worth the 99 cents, because all of these papers are basically 99 cents. Okay, so then the next one is a sticker sheet. This is by Photoplay, and you talk about a great collection. State Fair. That's what this was by, and this is by Becky Fleck Moore. Now, in this collection, I bought the sticker sheet, and the reason I bought the sticker sheet is because this has so many wonderful icons for carnivals and state fairs and amusement parks, even Disney, or any type of awards program, just summer fun, really. And I thought that Photoplay really should have released that. They should have released this collection in the summer. And I think a lot of people are not going to notice this because it came out near fall. But in my neck of the woods, the state fair or the carnival, things like that, is in right when school starts. But I wish they would have done this in the summer. But this sticker sheet is more appealing to me than any of the papers. So that's why I bought the sticker sheet. Now these are $2.99. So I try not to go over that $3 price point on a collection. So for this, it was the sticker sheet. I mean, really, really good job, Becky. You did a good job. Like I said, the papers weren't interesting to me, but, I mean, I love this. So that's why I got State Fair by Photoplay. So you see why I'm not building kits with these, because they will just go in with my other paper categories. The first two papers will go in with school. This will go in with my Disney Amusement Fun Fair category. So now let's talk about Pink Fresh for a minute. They had, this was office hours, so school, office, kids, I put that all in one group. This is an exceptional piece of paper, and I will tell you the quality, man, that is nice quality. You go, Pink Fresh. This was called Prioritize. This is the B side. The reason I like this is because for 99 cents, I can use the A and the B. So here on the side, it has deadline, schedule, projects, upcoming, and urgent. So you could cut this in a 6x12 size. You could use this on a layout, and then you could use the reverse side on the same layout or a different layout. So I thought this was really, really good, especially if you have school, office, or those type of layouts to do. And I just have this in a category called social. I just love that. Or school, either one. I thought this was good, especially if you're a planner babe. This is really, you could document your planner that you're going to be using in 2020 or your stack of existing planners. This was a really unique piece of paper. And then what I like about this is that you could individually cut these tabs, so you could have 5 different embellishments if you wanted to. There's a lot of mileage you can get out of this one piece of paper. And then the B side works just as well. So now let's talk about Chamel for a minute, because she came out with an exceptional collection called Field Trip. And again, all of these individual collections will be listed below. You don't have to remember or write anything down. And so she had one piece of paper. So this Field Trip, I wanted one piece of paper out of this because I thought, oh, I really could get the mileage out of it. And it was the one called Museum Monday. And I got it for the Dinosaurs, and this is the B side. Now, she did have a purple in that collection as well. So definitely, if you are short on purple, look at Chamel Field Trip. She had a sheet of purple in there. I had to take that out of my cart because you all know what I'm talking about. You have a budget. When you put that in, there are some things, it's like you go into Target. You put everything in your cart, and they're like, well, what's realistic? And you take things out of your cart. I do that all the time. My little one does that. So here's Museum Monday. I love the dinosaurs. And so I have some photos from the Smithsonian, and that's exactly what I thought this Now, if you don't have any use for Chamel's line for this field trip, if you have a little one that loves dinosaurs, we're going to talk about that in just a minute here. You really need to have this piece of paper. It's just, in fact, I would get a couple of these. And this is nice quality. I really like that. So, Chamel Field Trip. Love this. Love this. Museum Monday. And so that's exactly what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to use it for your museum page or our homeschool days. Love that. That's unique. You don't see this a lot. And then, of course, what do we have? We have an entire collection of dinosaurs by the fabulous Stephen Duncan by Carta Bella. Now, I did want to show that for a minute. And I did have some tabs open. Oh, I did want to show, yes, right here are, let me backtrack a minute. That is those enamel dots. See, Pink Fresh, $3.99, $3.99. That's the one home for the holidays. And they are $3.99. Oh, I guess I just added that to my basket. Well, okay. So then let's go to the dinosaur collection. This is by Stephen Duncan, Dinosaurs. And I really, really want to showcase this collection. If I wasn't on a budget, I would buy this in a heartbeat, because of course it's Carta Bella texture weight, but the imaging, you could buy 3 or 4 sheets of this and you could actually frame them, and you could decorate a child's bedroom or a toddler's bedroom. They're just really exceptional artwork. I mean, that's what I think it is. It's totally artwork. So I wanted to go on the actual Carta Bella website, and I want you to see, look at that. You could frame that. You could frame the B side. And then look at these right here. You could frame that as a piece of artwork for 99 cents. Put it in a frame, and look at the B side of this Jungle Palms. That is really fun. Just look at that. Oh man. He really did a great job. And then the other thing is that again would be really, really nice framed in a child's room if someone is a lover of dinosaurs. I mean, for 99 cents, you can't even go get a piece of framed art for 99 cents. And of course, it's textured cardstock, so it would look really nice in a frame. And then if you have a child that loves dinosaurs, I want you to look at this 3x3 journaling card. And I want to give you some ideas. This 3x3 journaling card is so well done for dinosaurs. You get 12 images. So, of course, you could get a sheet of that. That would be embellishments. Or in my case, I got the stickers. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But you also could use this for gift tags for Christmas, gift tags for birthday. And then you also could get another sheet of this and make Valentine's cards specialized for the person who loves dinosaurs in your family. Is that just not a unique piece of paper? For 99 cents, you can't even buy Valentine's cards for 99 cents. So there's a lot of versatility in this line. Don't overlook it and just say, oh, it's dinosaurs, it's little boys. No, because I bought some myself. Yes. And so if I'm looking at a collection and I want to see more close-ups, I will actually go to the manufacturer's website. And so, of course, Carta Bella and Echo Park are sister companies, and that's where you'll find it. So I bought the sticker sheet because I was on a budget. I could not pick which ones I wanted. I had to go with what would be more usable for me. And so I decided that to get the mood and feel and the sampling of this collection, I spent the $3 and I got, actually my items were 20% off because I did do a pre-order through a cherry on top. I got 20% off of everything. And so I bought the sticker sheet. So yeah, just a great collection. So don't overlook that collection, especially if you have someone who loves dinosaurs. That one 3x3 sheet, you could do so much with it. So maybe buy more than one, unless you're on a budget. Absolutely. Okay, so now let's talk about kids for a minute. And so Echo Park came out with some really great collections called Teen Spirit. They have one for the girls and one for the boys. And of course, you know, I got the one for the girls because I only have one little one. But this is also for some stories for me as well. And so the collection itself was really nice, but I was trying to think, what could I get the most bang for my buck? And so here, there are so many icons that I can use for my little one and for me, especially that ring pop. And that lava lamp and the Polaroid camera. So some of these, oh, and that makeup case. I didn't have anything like that, but my little one did. And for the cassette tape, that has to do with me, not my little one. And so this right here, this will span the 70s and 80s for me, and then my little girl's when she was in her teens. So really for $3, there's a lot of stories you could tell. This is a great story starter. So, again, I tried to look at the whole collection, and I thought the stickers would be where I could get the most mileage. So, when you're looking at a collection, for me, I try not to go over 3 pieces of paper because it's $3. And so, when I'm looking at this and I can't decide, I just buy the sticker sheet. So, again, it's not paper, but I can get that mood and feel, that sampling of this collection just with a sticker sheet. And where will this go? This will probably go in my little, young girls section. That's probably where that'll go, because that's where I would go for papers for me. So I will stop there for a minute because our next section is what? Floral, family and home. Family and home. That's our next segment. So I will stop there for a minute and pull up a couple things so you can see. And we'll come back and keep talking about a sampling of supplies on a budget. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's continue our talk of sampling of supplies on a budget. And so for this group of papers, or collections, and it's going to basically be family and home. And then, of course, I added florals in here because that, to me, is my favorite. And so let me talk about something for just a minute. I'll let you look at this pretty paper and this pretty sticker sheet. I'll let you look at this one, too, is that I talked about earlier that when you go to buy something like this and you only have a designated amount of money, you need to consider where you're going to buy these supplies. And so what I ran into for this round, and this has happened in the past, but this time it happened more so than it ever has, is that I get these from a cherry on top because I love their pre-order section. And so they have a whole section on their website, and you can see what's pre-order, and they hit their pre-orders very fast. As soon as a manufacturer lets them release the artwork or the images, they list it, and they do it in really good detail. The only thing is that when you go to pre-order things and you put them in your cart, you have to wait and do that whole pre-order at one time because I'm on a budget. And so by the time I waited for, and it was that Carta Bella, the dinosaur. That was the last one to come in the fall release. By the time that came in, a couple other things I had wanted from other collections were already sold out. So that's the downfall. So long story short, when you decide on to shop like this, sampling of supplies, you not only consider what you're buying, but you have to consider where you're going to buy it. The bigger stores you won't have any issues with because they restock, but if you shop at smaller stores, by the time you wait, this is 26 different collections. When you're waiting for those different companies to come in, not everybody comes in at the same time. Simple Stories will be a little bit behind Echo Park. Echo Park will be ahead of American Crafts. American Crafts is usually behind everybody else because a lot of these things are coming from overseas. That's just the reality of it. So as I was waiting for that Carta Bella dinosaur, I really, really wanted that. I had to realize some other things were taken out of my cart because they were sold out. And so this is a one-time shopping deal. I go in, I spend $50, and I have to get what I can get. So in 2020, I will still continue to shop this way because this is how I get a sampling of new collections. I can do it on a budget. I'm not getting everything because I don't need everything. I only need a sampling. And I think what I'm going to do in 2020 for me personally is I'm going to go to Scrapbook Generations. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because when Scrapbook Generations lists something on their website, that means they already have it in hand. And so if I go in and say with that dinosaur, or let's just say this one here, this Teen Spirit. Once Scrapbook Generations gets this in, they'll list it. They don't do pre-orders. They stopped doing that several years ago. And so you know if you go in and you put this in your cart and you buy it using the Bankit program, I know that I have this. And so the only downfall is that you have to keep in mind what your budget is. And so you're going to have to not just be haphazard with your spending. That's the only downfall. But with the Bankit program, you can order one pack of stickers at a time. You can order one pack of enamel dots at a time. You can simply order one piece of paper at a time using their Bankit program. And I've talked about that. So if you have any questions about it, please list below, and I will also list their website. So in the spring, I will be using a cherry on top, but then after that, I think I will be going to Scrapbook Generations, because a cherry on top is selling out of things before the other things come. And that's just what happens when you're waiting on so many different manufacturers. It has nothing to do with the cherry on top. It's just the way things come in. Okay, so with that being said, yes, you almost have to consider where you're going to shop when you shop, because I want it when it hits the shelves. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about family and home. That was my next theme that's usually released in the fall. And so I bought a couple collections. And so the first one was My Mind's Eye, My Heritage. Beautiful color palette, but when I really sat and I looked at the individual papers, the papers themselves did nothing for me. So then I was like, okay, well, what is it? It was the color palette. So what I decided to do, and I will tell you I'm a little disappointed in this, is I thought I would just spend $1.99 and get the sticker sheet, because the sticker sheet in and of itself gives me the mood and feel of the entire collection. So when you're looking at a collection, it doesn't always have to be paper. It doesn't always have to be stickers. It can be an enamel dot. It can be a die cut pack. It can just be a certain, maybe it's a set of frames or something. It has to be your personal decision what gives you that mood and feel of the sampling of the collection you want to fit your style. I'm a paper gal, but I will be satisfied with stickers. And so this gave me the mood and feel, so I can pair it with anything. Right here's the color scheme. It's like that camel color, that hunter green, and some brown and black and slate gray. So this is the mood and feel of the collection. I got the whole mood and feel for $1.99. But look at these stickers. Yeah, you talk about wimpy. These are not even cardstock stickers. No. If they are cardstock, I would say it's a very thin cardstock. I mean, look at that. Yeah, that's a wimp as a noodle. But the collection itself is pretty. The quality of these stickers, they're $1.99. That's all I'm going to say. So, you know, that's a disappointment. And if you're someone who shops online, you're kind of used to that disappointment. So, you know, you just take it for what it's worth. So that is the collection. My Mind's Eye, My Heritage. But that's what I bought for that entire collection. Was just this sticker sheet, because I will use my own papers and my own embellishments to give me the rest of this collection, because the papers did nothing for me. So sometimes that happens. So then the next collection we're going to talk about is Echo Park, and this one is called Salon. And let me tell you, you talk about a theme collection that is really cute, on point, and pretty, it is Salon. And so if you know of anybody that is in that hairstyling, manicure, just girl power, baby, yeah, that is really cute. Especially if you have someone in your family or yourself that you do a lot of manicures and pedicures. That is really a cute collection. I don't need all of that. And so I looked at the entire collection and it was a little too themey for me. And so what I decided is I was going to pick my favorite of that to get that sampling. And that sampling is this one piece of paper. Look at this floral. Beautiful. Now I'm going to flip it over. And if I wasn't on a budget, I would buy at least 6 of these. Jadeite green. Oh man. But this is what I have to do when I'm on a budget. Do I need 6 of these? No. I want 6, but I don't need 6. So how I justify this is that, of course, this is a beautiful floral. So what I could do is automatically, if I love the B-side, I'm saying, okay, well, I'm getting 2 samplings of that collection for 99 cents. You just simply cut it in half at 6 by 12. That is your 2 samplings. And so that's exactly what I will do. Or I have other jadeite papers. This is what I tell myself anyways. I have other jadeite papers I could pair. This floral is gorgeous. So actually, when I look at something like this, I want to expand on that for a minute. I see 3 ways to use this piece of paper. I could cut this in 4 inches. So that's the floral. I could cut it in 4 inches again. That's the jadeite green. And then I could cut it in 4 inches again, and then I could get embellishments. I could fussy cut these flowers. So that's 3 ways. The floral, the jadeite green, and then embellishments. And I could get, for 99 cents, yes, when you're on a budget, you want that sampling, you have to think of how are you going to use that paper. We just sometimes throw things in the basket and then you're looking at a $135 order. Well, who can afford that? No. So that is why I got just this one by Salon. And I will have the link below. Look up that collection. It is really, really sweet. It's really a dear collection. So and another favorite was Pink Paisley again and again. This is paper number 2. And of course, why is it? Because it's floral and it's on a navy background. So again, I'll show you the B-side. That is nothing for me. I'm not going to pay 99 cents for that. Is that, again, this would be 6 by 12. And so I could use the floral and then I could use the other half for embellishments. So paper and embellishments and 99 cents. So that again was just a favorite in this collection again and again. So when you're looking at that sampling of supplies, when you know your style, you know what you like. For me, it's flowers and wood grain. That's not hard. And a lot of collections do flower and wood grain. But for you, if it's geometrics, you look at the manufacturers that has that. Pink Fresh, some Pink Paisley. I'm trying to think some other ones. Or if Bow Bunny style is more your style, you know what your style is. And so when you're looking for that sampling of supplies, when you know what you love, this process gets easy, and then you can forego all these other things when you know what your favorites are. So for this again and again, if I simply just have this one piece of paper, I'm satisfied. And so that's something you have to learn over time too. You don't need the entire collection to get a sampling, to get that mood and feel, and then to be satisfied, especially when you start learning to pair it with what you already own. You start to get a little bit excited because then you're pairing the old with the new. And so, yeah, then you justify, yeah, I can get a couple new things. So then the One Canoe 2, of course, a story-based piece of paper. I could not say no. This is called Getaway. The B-side is this. I don't need that for 99 cents, but this would be what I use for story-based, and this will absolutely go in my story-based paper category. I have no immediate use for it, but these are the type of papers when I see, oh, that's story-based. If I like it and I can see a use for it, I just pick it up and I will put it in my inventory. So I have no immediate use for it. But for 99 cents, and then, use give it a background mat. Boy, you could get a lot of journaling. You could do a serious brain dump on that piece of paper. Yeah. I think I may know what... I'm not going to say what I'm going to do that for, but I have an idea. So, Willow, One Canoe 2. This is called Getaway. Very, very nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful artwork. So, then the next collection is Jen Hatfield. This is Family. Now, I would have, when I saw this collection, I wanted every single piece. And then that's usually what happens with certain manufacturers. And then I say, no, you can't get every piece. So then I look at each piece of paper individually. And when I look at each piece of paper individually and I use a cherry on top, they have great images. I will look at the A side and the B side. And so then I say, for that 99 cents, am I going to get anything that I can use on the back? And so for this one, this is picnic tables. I can definitely pair this with another Jen Hatfield collection, or use it as use it on its own, or I can use the color scheme and I can build an entire kit just from this 99-cent piece of paper. And then also too, as I said with that Echo Park paper, if you were to take this 12 by 12 piece of paper and you would cut it 4 by 12, there's the picnic baskets. If you cut it again in 4 inches, what do you get? I get this beautiful green floral, and this has a navy print. And then the other 4 inches I could use as embellishments. So that is 3 ways for that 99 cents. Yes, this is worth 99 cents to me when you're looking at it in that aspect. And so, of course, I have other papers. This will pair with so many other things. Yeah, I only needed 1 piece of paper to get the mood and feel and that sampling of this collection. This is family. And so I think I saw where this is available at Joann's and people got it 70% off. Wow, what a bargain. I don't have a Joann's anywhere near me. So then the next collection in that same family home feel is Heritage. Now this is by Maggie Holmes, Heritage. And again, this was another collection. As soon as I saw it, I wanted every piece. But then you tell yourself, you can't get every piece. You have to get a sampling. And when you start shopping like this, it does become easier, and it's actually a little bit fun, because then you're saying, are you worth 99 cents? Are you worth 99 cents? Or are you going to get a sticker sheet? You're going to get an embellishment pack, or are you going to get something else? Now, if you notice with my sampling of supplies, there's no tools. That is just not something you can do when you're ordering collections. The stamps and the dies and the tools, that's another whole part of shopping. So yes, that's not part of this. Because, you know, when you have a budget of $50, sometimes, and I kid you not, in this fall release, I saw a stamp and die set, $45.27. And I said to my husband, I took my iPad over and I said, tell me what that says. He says $45.27. I said, I thought so. I said, I thought I might have been reading that wrong. And so I thought maybe it was a typo, but no, it actually was. And I'm not going to say who it was by, because it's, you know, people can charge what they want. But $45.27. That's how much this whole entire order here was. $45.27 for 1 stamp and die set. That's out of my price league. I just can't. I mean, it'd have to be inlaid in gold for me to buy that. But anyways, moving on. So when I saw this Heritage, I thought, oh, I want every piece. I'm like, no, Janet. You already have vintage style papers. You already have Maggie Holmes papers. I'm sure you can find something to pair with this new collection. So what's the sampling? The sampling that I got, of course, was this floral, my style, but then also too because of this purple. This is a very trendy plum, and so I wanted to get this. And so again, the B side is a beautiful, this mustard yellow. So again, what am I looking at? 4 inches. 4 inches of this plum floral, 4 inches of this yellow mustard, and then I could use the other 4 and I could fussy cut. It would be small fussy cut flowers, but nonetheless, it would also be embellishments. So I only got 1 piece of that entire collection. And so that's how I can get 26 collections on a budget, because you're only getting 1 or 2 pieces of each. But then we have plenty of these that you can pair. Okay, now let me stop there for a minute. No, I'll talk about that in the next segment. Okay, well, I'll just talk about it now. What do you do if you come across something and you do want the entire collection? I say buy it, because for me, it's Carta Bella. And I will tell you this line here, Carta Bella Home Again. There were 3 collections. And I think I wrote them down, but I already know what they are in my brain. They're in the fall release of all the manufacturers. There was 3 collections that I really would want the whole thing. And this was one of them. Carta Bella Home Again. Now I'll talk about the other 2 coming up. This is a collection that I know it is on my wish list. So either Santa Claus will bring it or perhaps for my birthday. So it's just on my wish list. And so it's Home Again. But I told myself, if you will never get this collection, I may not, what would I want? What would be the couple pieces I wanted? And so what I did was I got the floral because it's a beautiful floral. And then, of course, look at that jadeite gingham. I don't even need to say anything. This one's called Home Floral. And then, of course, I got the border strips because this gives me... I just want to talk about this, and I hope manufacturers don't stop doing this anytime soon. Remember when manufacturers used to do a piece of paper and you would have 4 6x6 squares on one piece of paper? I love that because then you got the sampling of 4 papers on one sheet for that 99 cents. Well, they stopped that. And the reason why they stopped that is because they knew that they could make more money in doing that in a 6x6 pad format. Remember that? Yes, and so that is the truth of it. That is what they did. They instead of doing those 4 quadrants, they started doing 6x6 paper pads. So we all love them too. So with this one piece of paper, now of course this is Carta Bella, 99 cents. You're not going to get any better paper than this. Is that you have a sampling of every one of these motifs and color schemes and designs of the whole collection. This is your whole collection right here. This is your entire collection. So, of course, I thought, get this, because if I don't get the collection, at least I have the mood and feel of it. And then, of course, the B-side is it's not a jadeite. It's a darker, it's like a light sage green type. It's just beautiful. It's a sage green. It's very beautiful. And then, of course, I got the sticker sheet to go with it. So, of that entire collection, instead of spending $15, $3, $4, $5, but then I got 20% on top of that. So this sticker sheet is, I wouldn't have had to get these 2. I just wanted them. And then, of course, using the 20% off, you could get a little extra. So when you are getting that sampling of supplies, if you can get that free shipping, or if you can get a discount, that little bit adds up. And so you do get some free items. So the sticker sheet, this is really filled to the brim. And I will tell you, I have this in jadeite. I have that in jadeite. I have this in jadeite. In real life, I have jadeite pieces. And so this is why this is attractive to me, because this is me. This is me in the jadeite form. So, of course, love that. Mom's Baking Company. Love that. So this was my favorite collection of everything that was released. If I only could pick one, and this is on my wish list. Home Again by Carta Bella. Love it. So that was what I got for that sampling. And so it was more than one piece of paper. It was 2 pieces of paper and a sticker sheet. But in reality, if you turn that over, that's 2 pieces of paper. And look at this. You could do half of that, so you get a piece of that. But then each one of these, just beautiful. Yeah, really good. And you know, we talk about this in our go-to designs. We talk about this in building base pages. We talk about this in our 6x6. You really can do a lot with a little bit of paper. So yes, this is really, Carta Bella just rocks my socks. There's not much more to say about that. So yes, that is on my wish list. Home Again by Carta Bella. That really, really sung to my heart. That one was hard. I had to spend a little time, but I enjoy that. I enjoy the challenge of sitting down, looking at an entire collection, and Simple Stories. This is another one. What are you going to get? And I try not to get over 3 pieces because that's $3, really. Okay, So Happy Together, Simple Stories. Of course, the branding strip is at the top. And this will be the last one. We'll stop for a minute, and then we'll go into fall and outdoors. So, So Happy Together. Now, this was another collection. As soon as I saw it hit pre-order, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, I want that whole thing. I want that whole thing. I want the enamel dots. I want the embellishments. I want the whole collection pack. And then when I started to look at each paper individually, I said to myself, you have something like that. You have something like that. You have something like that. So just get that sampling. And so again, instead of spending $15, I only spent $3. And the sampling was, of course, the floral, but these are a navy floral. And then look at the B-sides. So really, I did get 6 different, I really got 6 different patterns for that $2.98 or $2.97. And again, with something like this, most of us would not use that as 12 by 12. So 4 inches, it's this. 4 inches, it's this yellow gingham. And then the other 4 inches, there's the embellishments. So there's no need to buy an embellishment pack because there's embellishments and there's embellishments. Oh, of course, break out our edge punches and our dies and our punches. And then those are that's how you save money. When you start to think, I have tools, I don't need to spend $5 on a pack of embellishments when I can spend $2.97 and get more bang for your buck. Bang for your buck. That's that sampling. Of course, there's that wood grain. And so I'll talk about wood grain when I talk about Christmas, because I'm going to do something different when I talk about wood grain. But look at that. That's that sampling. $2.97. Actually, it was cheaper than that because I got 20% off. That I'm really tickled. Again, you have to sit there and you have to think which ones do you want. Knowing your style really helps. Okay, so I will stop there, and then we're going to come back and we're going to be talking about outdoor and fall, and another one of my favorite collections. And I think, yeah, you need to look at this collection coming up. It's really, really fun. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's talk about outdoor and fall collections that were released in this this current release. And so Echo Park brought out one, and this was one that I was waiting for to come in with the dinosaurs. It is Little Lumberjack. Now you can see that the color scheme is very basic. It's red, black, and like a dark gray. But that's basically the color scheme. And so as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, I want the whole thing again. And I'm telling myself, do you need it? But it is on my wish list. That is what one of the second ones. There was 3 that really stuck out to me, and this was number 3. I'll show you number 2. Number 1 was Carta Bella Home Again. Number 2, well, that's a Simple Stories. But then Echo Park Little Lumberjack. That was my number 3 if I was to buy an entire collection. And so then I thought, no, you don't need it. But it's on my wish list. And so here is the B-side to this. Look at that. Yes, and I'll talk about plaids in just a minute. And look at this. Now these papers are nothing exceptional. I think they're different. We don't have a lot of this. Outdoor and fall, well, not fall, outdoor papers are hard to come by. And so I decided that this would be the one, because again, you could use this as cut aparts, titles, subtitles, and embellishments, and then tucking and layering, and then of course that. Now I told myself, you have some of this already, so one is plenty. And then the other one was this. Again, look at the B-side on that. That is really, really nice. So this is a nice collection, and I think it's because it's outdoor, and that fits my family. As far as the men in my life, it's just something different. It's not the same brown, orange, red, you know, green. It's something different. And so I think that's why it was unique, and I think it's why it stood out for me. But when you look at those papers individually, some of these you may already have. Do I have Constellation? Yes, but it's not in black. But I do have some gingham. I have other reds. And so what would I do? I would look at this, and so then I would say to myself, you already have things that are pine trees. Wood veneer will go good with this. I already have things that are arrow. I already have, you know, critters. And, you know, yeah, I already have plenty of plaids and ginghams. And so, again, I just chose those 2 if I was getting a sampling. And so this one is called, this is just the 3x4 journaling cards. And this one is called Constellations. Very, very pretty. Okay, so those are the 2 I picked from Little Lumberjack. Echo Park did a really good job with that. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Okay. Of course, you know, we like outdoor. So then Carta Bella has a new plaid collection out. This is Buffalo Plaid. And I think there was 6 or 8 of these papers. The only one I got was the one that I don't have. And I don't have a lot of brown plaid. So of course this is Carta Bella texture. And this is plaid. They just call it tan buffalo plaid. And of course Carta Bella, made in America. Love that. Look at that bend test. It doesn't even bend. Yes, love that. So I only got 1. I would have loved to have had every single one. But then you think to yourself, what are you missing? What are the holes? What do you already own? And so I don't have a lot of brown plaid. And so let me talk about plaid just for a minute. So what I will have listed below, not only will I have every one of these 26 collections linked up to a cherry on top for you to look at, but I also will have a section and it will just say plaids. Because a lot of people ask me, where do I get my plaids? And I always say, wait till the fall and Christmas collections come out. That's where you're going to find a lot of your plaids. And so a lot of these plaids are on the B sides of papers, and we'll see about that in the Christmas. So I will have a separate section listed below, and I will list some plaid papers that you can go to directly and find the link, and you'll find some plaid papers. So this is the only plaid, well, I got a couple other plaids, but for the fall and outdoor, I really am trying to cut back on how many I buy, but this is a weakness. I love my plaid. And I will tell you, if you're building up an inventory, you need to buy it when you see it. I mean, that's just the truth of it. And so that's what I did for years. And so I know what my holes are. Brown plaid is not something I have a lot of. So I wanted to make a mention of that. So then the next outdoor collection, and if you are an outdoor fan, Happy Trails by Simple Stories is one you need to look into. This one is called Happy Camper. And the B-side, of course, is this. So if I wasn't on a budget, I would have bought 2 of these. Because I can't say no to this, but I already have some of this, so I bought it for this because for 99 cents, and we talked about this in our 6x6 series, 99 cents, and this is embellishments to me. This is not a piece of paper. This is an embellishment pack. It's just I have to cut it myself. So for 99 cents, look at all these embellishments. And so I could look at it this way again, 4 inches, Happy Camper paper. This is the Happy Camper paper. Another 4 inches, I could get this tree ring. And then another 4 inches, I could do embellishments. So for 99 cents, great way to stretch that paper to get that sampling. And then the other thing is that because I did get to cash in some reward points that was gifted to me by my subscribers, I got this sticker sheet. And this was one of those, I didn't need it, but I was blessed with it. And so this is really for $2.99. There is a lot of options. There's a border sticker. There's some tabs. Again, this is just something I love adding to my inventory. Love this. Love it, love it. So that is Happy Trails. And so if you are someone that you need to build up your inventory when it comes to outdoor papers, I would get this entire collection. And I would get all of these buffalo plaids. And I would get this collection of little Lumberjack. Yes, I would. Those are the outdoor ones that stuck out to me. And then, of course, we have, let me put these back where I got them, is that we also have Fall Farmhouse. And I put that in outdoor and fall. So this was another one of those that when I saw it, I was like, I need to own that. And so this was my second favorite collection of the entire release, was Simple Stories Fall Farmhouse. And so what did I end up getting? I ended up getting 3. So again, that's my limit, basically. And so this is another sampling of this entire collection with the cut aparts. Again, cut aparts. Look at the B-side. There's that plaid again, and it's in that green plaid. And so this is also cut aparts, and then also titles, subtitles, and then embellishments. And then, of course, you could use the B-side if something wasn't tickling your fancy. And so then, of course, the wood grain. And this one is just called 3x4 Elements. This one is called So Very Grateful. And the B-side is the wreaths. You could definitely use that for embellishments, but I will not sacrifice this wood grain for anything. This is a beautiful wood grain. And I will be talking more about wood grain when we talk about Christmas. But there's your wood grain, ladies, right there. And Simple Stories has a nice weight. And then because this is a fall, the mood and feel of this plaid, this is called Fall Memories. This is nice. But this plaid is really nice. This is your color scheme right here. So even if you only bought this, you could pair this with other papers in your stash. This green teal, and then this forest green, and this burgundy red, and this dark orange, and this yellow mustard. You could take this one piece of paper, and this would be your kit starter for your entire kit for that 99 cents. And of course, if you wanted half of that, you could do that too. It's a text in wood grain. And a lot of my subscribers like text, so this collection really has a little bit of everything. There is the plaid, there's that wood grain text, there's the actual wood grain, and of course some fun embellishments. So those are the 3 papers I got from Fall Farmhouse. But again, this one is on my wish list. It is. You never know. Santa may have it in my stocking. So this is really pretty. And I am on the hunt for a pair of boots just like that. So if anybody has any recommendations for these, I call them duck boots, please let me know. I want a comfortable pair. And so I want to know what I'm doing before I soak the money into buying them. Love them. Okay, so then we have one more. I think this is the last fall. And of course it was Carta Bella. And this collection sold out so quick. And I was so afraid I wasn't going to get any of it, but then a cherry on top restocked before I placed my order, so I was happy about that. So Fall Market by Carta Bella, of course. Look at this. Floral, floral, floral farm market. Okay, so I broke my habit, or broke my little thing of 3. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, well, I'm buying that entire collection. And then you piecemeal it, and then you look at each piece individually. And honestly, there were some pieces in this collection that wasn't interesting to me. It's the color scheme that drew my attention. And then once I started looking at some of the B-sides, especially, I don't think it's on any of these, that some of them are just redundant, and I already have some. So when you start to look at each piece rather than I want that entire collection, then you start to say, I have something like that. Oh, I have something I can pair with that. And so that's how you get that sampling on a budget. So again, the floral, there's the B-side. Right here is your entire Fall Market by Carta Bella. That's your entire collection right there. So 99 cents. You could just spend 99 cents. That's your whole mood and feel. That's your whole color scheme. Just pair it with basic papers you already own. And we already have farm stickers. We already have an abundance of this little red truck. So very fun. And so these were some of the papers. This right here was on a B-side. This pumpkin was on a B-side. And I think the farm trucks, the red trucks. And I was like, they don't really appeal to me. So again, going with my style, the flowers. And then this is pretty right here. But I didn't buy it for this. No. Of course, this Carta Bella paper. 99 cents, and it's the same as American Crafts. Thank you, Carta Bella. And then, of course, this floral. And then look at the B-side. It's another wood grain. Now, this is okay. It's not my favorite wood grain, but it's a wood grain, so I'm not going to complain. And then, of course, the sticker sheet. The sticker sheet is filled to the brim. They really packed a lot of stickers on there, and I could not say no to this. So that was what I got for this entire collection. So instead of spending 15, I spent 6. So that was less than half. So that's fun. I'll take that any day of the week to save money on supplies. So I will stop there for a minute. We will come back, and we will be talking about Christmas and winter. That's what we're going to talk about. Christmas and winter. And we all know when it comes to Christmas papers, we all have a weakness. So let's talk about that when I come back. All right, so for this last segment in our SOS sampling of supplies for this fall round in 2019, what we're going to talk about is the biggest category ever, Christmas. Yes. Now, we have a lot of Christmas, we buy a lot of Christmas, and manufacturers roll out a lot of Christmas collections. So we're going to talk about that. And so the last time I counted, and it probably has changed by now, there was 38. That's a 3 and an 8. 38 Christmas collections that came out in this fall release. 38. No wonder it drives us bonkers and we don't know what to buy. So it comes down to knowing your style. And so when it comes to 38, probably 40 by now, of Christmas collections, where do you even start? And so what I tell new scrapbookers is find your favorite manufacturer and only look at that for a few years. Only look at your favorite manufacturer, and then you can go off in other tangents. I look at all of them because I want to see what is that one piece of paper that is new. What is the new piece of paper that's unique that I don't own and I can pair with what I already have. Sometimes it comes down to just getting a sticker sheet to revitalize what you already own. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And so also in our Christmas collections, I've said this in other videos, that's where you're going to find wood grains and you're going to find plaids. And so we'll talk about that too. So there is one collection that I don't have represented here, but I do want to talk about, and I think it was the most unique Christmas collection that came out, and it was by Photoplay, and it is called Mutt Cracker. Not Nutcracker, Mutt Cracker. So if you have fur babies and you like to take them to Santa Claus and get their pictures taken with Santa, you need to look into Mutt Cracker. It was by Becky Fleckmore. She's the creative designer for Photoplay, and I will tell you this is very unique. I don't have a use for it, but this still caught my eye because it is unique. It's not the same run-of-the-mill, and of course, look at that title, Mutt Cracker. And so wouldn't that be fun? Even if you don't buy this collection, wouldn't that be fun for a title on a Christmas page with your fur babies? Mutt Cracker. I love that. Just fun. So Becky did a good job with that. So look into that. I will have that linked below. But you won't see it here because I didn't buy any of it. But again, I look at every collection that comes out. And then I find those unique pieces. And so with 38 collections of just Christmas, yeah, you better know what you're doing if you want to save some money. And so again, start with your favorite manufacturer. For me, it's Carta Bella. And I have portobello mushrooms on my brain. So every time I say Carta Bella today. I keep saying Carta Bella. So anyways, maybe that's what we'll just call it, Carta Bella. So anyways, they had a Christmas collection called Christmas Market. Of course, it has the farmhouse feel, but this really appealed to me because this is exactly how I decorate my home in this red and black plaid. So I just love this. And so, of course, you can see the sticker sheet is filled to the brim. They really utilize as much space as they can. Great job, Carta Bella. Yes, great job. And so I did get one other sheet from that collection, and it was the Christmas tags. What do they call it? Gift tags. The B-side is just pine trees, but I got it for this for 99 cents. Again, this is, you could use it as a strip of paper. You could use some of the B-side. So say if you take this row here, you could use that just as a band of paper. That's fun. And then you could take the next row and you could do the B-side, use the Christmas trees. Or you could use a row and actually cut them out and use them as tags on your layout or gifts if you wish to. And then the other one is for embellishment. So for 99 cents, a lot of versatility. And of course, this is not wimpy. This is actually substantial that you could use this as gift tags. It's just really a great piece of paper. I thought there was a lot of versatility in this. This is embellishments for 99 cents, and then paired with the sticker sheets. And because I have lots of Christmas papers, I have red and I have black and I have green. I did not need papers, but these were something I could add to my current stash and give it a little bit of new life. So that I like that. Again, Christmas Market by Carta Bella. So then Heidi Swapp came out with a collection, and it is called Winter Wonderland, and I did not get it for Christmas. No, it is a Christmas collection, but what I got it for, this is the A side, I got it for the B side, wood grain. And so I will have listed below a section of just nothing but wood grains that are new in this fall release. And so I will have the collections listed. And I think what I'll do first is I will list the wood grains, and then I'll list all the plaids I found, and then I'll list all the links. It depends. YouTube only allows me to put so much in the description box, and so I will definitely do that. And so there are some wood grains to be had in the fall release. So if you are wanting to build up a certain paper category of wood grain, this would be the time to look into them. These papers are, it's a little heavier than medium. It's not heavy, but it's not thin. It's a nice weight, it really is. And so then, of course, what is that called? That's the floral. The floral's pretty, but I don't need Christmas paper. But I want wood grain. Very pretty. This is nice. It actually, it almost looks like it would be an actual piece of wood grain. And so that was called Woodland. So then the other piece is called Merry and Bright. I didn't get it for the Christmas. I got it for the plaid. Didn't need it. Wanted it. But also too, I wanted to show for Christmas collections, this is where you're going to find your wood grains. This is where you're going to find your plaids. And this is outdoors. And so we use this all year long. So now's the time to look at it. And then of course for this one, this is Heidi Swapp. This one was called Fresh Pine. And again, I got it for the plaid. So this is a Christmas collection, but I'm not going to be putting it in Christmas. I'm not going to be using it for Christmas. I'm going to be using it all year long. Look at that. Beautiful. Heidi Swapp did a good job. Winter Wonderland. These are very usable. Now, there is something down in the corner that says December 25. You know, December 25th. I don't worry about that. I can cover that up. So, again, look below for a section of wood grain papers, for plaid papers, and then also to the collections. And so then, of course, the other one is Echo Park Away in a Manger. I got one piece of paper, one sampling from that entire collection, and this is the border strips. So this would be where you could spend that 99 cents and get that entire mood and feel, that sampling of this collection, and then you would add your own papers. You would add your own navy and green and burgundy and this camel and even white, and then just pair to this. And of course, we talk about this in our go-to designs and, well, just about everything, base pages. You could really do several pages with just this one piece of paper, but I didn't get it for this. I got it for this because I could definitely use this as a story base. This would be pretty as a beginning of a Christmas album, the ending of a Christmas album, or a layout to talk about your faith, or if you have a special scripture you want to maybe showcase, put in a frame. This is an exceptional piece of paper. It may not look exceptional because it's just navy, but because, and it's called border strips. It's just that we don't have this a lot. You can't find this a lot. So this is why I wanted to add it to my stash. This will not be kept in Christmas. This will be kept in story-based because I will be using it for other things. I doubt that I will be using this for Christmas. So I consider that story-based. Again, away in a manger. Yes, very pretty. Absolutely. Okay, so the next one is Echo Park Warm and Cozy. And I only got one piece of paper from that entire collection. The one that stood out to me is a twofer. A twofer. And so we have wood grain, but we have snowflakes on top of the wood grain. And I said to myself, do you really need any more winter paper? But then when I looked at the B side, it sold me. The B side is a navy gingham. So I told myself if I want to cut half of that in 6x12, I could do that. But then if for some reason I need this color in my life, I never have enough navy. So this was a really nice piece. Again, that's the whole collection. I don't need this collection, but this piece of paper, I can use this for 99 cents. This is getting the fun stuff, but then you're not getting bogged down by an entire collection. So the next one is Carta Bella again, so you can see what I migrated towards. Carta Bella, Echo Park, always will be. So when you see 38 Christmas collections, you know your favorite manufacturer. That's where you need to start. Just forget about all the rest. Yeah, it just really isn't. Unless you are into fur babies, you need that Muttcracker by Photoplay. I think that was the most unique Christmas line I saw come out. So Snow Much Fun. Snow Much Fun by Carta Bella. Again, this textured. Did I need this piece of paper? I don't need snowflakes. I don't need winter. I don't need anything. But I wanted this just because of the navy. And I will be putting this in my outdoor. Even though this is for winter and Christmas and snow, this is going in... I was going to say outdoor, but I may just put this in my navy section because this is just a beautiful piece of navy paper. So when you're looking at that sampling of supplies, when you're looking at collections, if you know there is a color that you're always needing, you're always looking for, I'm always looking for yellow and I'm always looking for navy. And so when I see things, even though this is targeted and marketed under Christmas, no, I can use this all year long. And then when it's the Carta Bella paper, I have a hard time saying no because that can be a background. I love that. So then the next one, and I do think it's the last one, it is by Simple Stories. So again, those are the ones I just looked at. Carta Bella, Simple Stories, and Echo Park is Winter Farmhouse. And I think Simple Stories changed and they started putting their branding strips at the top. I don't know what that's about. But anyways, this is Winter Farmhouse. And when I first saw this, I thought, oh yeah, I want that whole collection. No, I really don't. And so I did just buy a couple. And so other than, I'm looking here. Yes, let me just show you. Other than these two pieces of paper. So for Christmas, for new papers, I bought 4 pieces of paper and a sticker sheet. And so because I don't need Christmas. I don't need to be buying any, but it doesn't hurt to get a few things. Not 5 collections, but 5 pieces of paper and a sticker sheet. I think I can manage that. Again, it just gives you breathing new life into what you already own. So I got Winter Farmhouse. I got the Cuddle-Up. I can use both of those. So that's a 2-for-1. And then this one is Warm and Cozy again, a 2-for-1. And this could be used for fall as well. And then this was a beautiful, I think this is one of the most beautiful winter pieces of paper in the entire collections for everybody. And it is Feeling Frosty. Beautiful aqua snowflakes. And then look at the B-side. There's that wood grain. Yes. So I didn't need this, but one of those things I wanted it. And so since I was getting items at 20% off, I could get a few extra items. So that is Winter Farmhouse. That was the last one that I got. So I hope by showing this sampling of supplies, showing you how I shop from someone coming from the aspect that I certainly could buy 10 different collections if I wanted. But I don't need 10 different collections. I just want a sampling. I just want to get a feel of the new things and then just pair it with what I already own because I don't have the space for 15 new collections, 10 new collections. I don't have the space and I don't frankly want to spend that much money to get some new things. I already have plenty. So it's getting new, getting it on a budget, but yet you're not overextending yourself. You're not having to spend 3 weeks trying to put everything away. So that is what a sampling of supplies really is. And again, I want to thank Lindsay March for being the the sponsor of this. Thank you, dear friend. Very special of you. And then that is a showcase of 26 collections, getting that sampling on a budget. So look below in the show notes. There will be a playlist for our SOS series, and then also to that wood grain. I'm going to definitely seek out and put some links below for the wood grain and the Plaid. This is the time to buy them, because you won't be able to find them in the spring and in the summer when we want to use them. And I know we all love wood grain. Yes, look at that. So even though this is Christmas, this winter farmhouse, I could use these three, the B-sides, I could use those all year long. So the question is, will I put this in Christmas? I don't know. Depends on what mood I'm in when I go to put these away. And so I think that is all I have to say for this round. And so again, in this series, in this segment, we didn't build kits because this, in the fall release, when manufacturers come out, these are themes. We have school, family, fall, and Christmas. So we really don't build kits for that. But that doesn't mean you can't build kits for that. When you get these few pieces of paper in, you can take one piece of paper like this, build your own kit. Absolutely. Okay, so that's all I have for today. And come back, because you never know what we're going to do. Bye.